Is it on?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright guys, we're going to get started. So first, just want to thank you guys all for taking the time to participate in our study. My name's Katie, and today I'll be moderating our focus group. The purpose of this research is to better understand students' general thoughts and behaviors about smoothies. The results of our research, we hope, will help us to develop a new product in the smoothie industry. I want to stress that your participation is entirely voluntary, that you may choose not to answer any of the questions we ask, and that you may leave at any time you choose. We are videotaping the session only so that we can more easily produce a written transcript of the discussion. Everything you say here will be kept confidential. We will not identify you by name in the transcript of the meeting or in our research reports. Before we start the discussion, I'd like to lay down a couple of ground rules. First, it is important that we hear from everyone. I'd like to ask that you try to be aware of how much you're talking and make sure that you're giving others a chance also. I may at times suggest that we move on to someone else so that we can use the little time that we have efficiently. Second, to make sure that we can hear what everything is being said, please refrain from side conversations with your neighbors during the discussion. Most importantly, please tell us whatever it is that you're thinking. We are not looking for any particular answers. We're here to hear what you have to say. Everyone in this group is an expert on this topic, and it's okay to repeat what others have already said if that's what you think. And it is okay to have a completely different response if that's what you think. Before we start the questions, let's go around the room and briefly introduce ourselves. Please tell me your first name, where you're from, your year in school, and what your major is. So we'll start with you.
I'm Ben. I'm from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I'm a sophomore, and I'm majoring in athletic training.
I'm Savannah. I'm a biomedical science major, a sophomore from Franklin, Wisconsin.
I'm Maureen. I'm also a biomedical science major, and I'm from Chesterton, Indiana, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Andrew. I'm a senior electrical engineering major with a minor in entrepreneurship, and I'm from New Berlin, Wisconsin.
I'm Joanne Vasquez from San Juan, Puerto Rico. I am a senior majoring in international business and HR.
My name is Victoria. I am currently a senior. I'm studying sociology and peace studies, and I am from Oak Creek, Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Ritesh. I'm from Cupertino, California, and I'm a junior, and I'm studying physiological sciences.
Thanks, guys. So first, let's start the groundwork and discuss your general thoughts and behaviors when it comes to consuming non-alcoholic beverages. So what are the types of non-alcoholic beverages that you guys like to consume?
Chocolate milk.
I drink a lot of sports drinks like Gatorade and Powerade.
Coffee.
Orange
Same.
juice.
Mountain Dew.
Tea.
Cool. And why do you guys drink the things that you drink?
Vitamin C.
Vitamin C?
I need it in the morning to function.
Agree.
Yeah, agreed.
Agreed.
Caffeine.
Caffeine's important. Cool. Are there any beverages that you guys just flat out avoid that you don't want to drink at all, and why?
Tea for taste.
Very sort of.
Tea.
Soda.
Soda?
Orange soda. It's too sugary.
Grape soda.
Mountain Dew.
Orange juice. Is the soda avoided typically just because of the sugar, or are there any other reasons?
Orange soda, yeah.
Yeah.
The flavor.
I think sugar.
Cool. So the beverages that you guys really enjoy drinking, where do you typically go to get those? Do you buy them at a grocery store? Do you go to a restaurant? What's your typical method?
Dining hall.
Starbucks. Grocery store.
Grocery store.
Grocery store.
Sam's Club.
T-shirt.
Buy in bulk.
Yeah.
Okay.
These drinks that you guys like to consume, do you typically make them yourself? So would you make Gatorade with a powder, or would you buy a pre-made thing with the coffee? Do you like to make it, or do you like to have it already made before you buy it?
I like it pre-made.
I like K-cups. Those are real convenient.
Agree.
Do you like it pre-made mostly because you don't have to do work? Is it too
Quick.
challenging? Quick.
I will say though, when it comes to coffee, I like making it myself because instead of buying a $4 cup of coffee or whatever it may be, I can, spend the same amount of money but get maybe 3 or 4 cups out of a full pot.
So the price is pretty important for that?
I agree.
And I also like to be able to control how strong I would like something, or how weak, how much sugar, things like that.
So customization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So now we're going to switch a little bit, talk about the experience when you're consuming the beverage of choice. So tell me what it's like when you are experiencing your favorite beverage. How often, where do you go, what is the whole experience like?
Just kind of chill. Just gonna relax, drink something you like, just relax and not worry about school.
So does like drinking your favorite drink affect your mood then, would you say?
It can if I have nothing to do.
I think it's rejuvenating.
Okay.
That's a good word.
But I like that. I need coffee in the morning if it's early, specifically if it's early. I need it.
So more like you have to have
It's
it
like
rather
part of my routine.
routine?
I
Okay.
agree.
Cool. Is there a specific place you guys prefer to go to get your favorite drink? Any favorite places out there?
Like places in Milwaukee, are you talking
Or
about?
just like in general, like do you have a favorite store, favorite restaurant, favorite type of place to get the drinks that you like?
I like going to Sam's Club or Costco to buy my drinks in bulk.
Starbucks.
Starbucks?
Yeah.
I like the same stuff.
So how often would you say that you go out to get your favorite drink like this on a frequency basis? Once a week, a couple times a week?
A couple times a week.
For the grocery shopping part, or like which kind of?
I go a couple times a week to get Gatorade or Powerade because I drink so much of it throughout the day. Throughout the week, I need to go maybe once or twice a week.
And if I run out, I have a lot of quick stops to 7-Eleven and Walgreens to get something to drink real quick, but that's about it.
I like to treat myself.
Okay.
So if I do something good, I treat myself to something real nice. Otherwise, I make it at home. Maybe I'm the outlier of this group, but anyways, I don't know.
So kind of going off of that, like when you're going to enjoy a drink, not necessarily that you're going to buy at the grocery store. So if you were going to buy a Gatorade or something for a one-time thing, or to drink it on like that event, how often would you do that compared to buying in bulk? So if you're going to get a drink like for a once, like you just want a coffee or you just want a Gatorade, how often do you think you would do that?
I think it depends on the times, like midterms. I know it's like you're in a hurry, so I was like, I don't have time to go and make a pot and have 3 servings. I just want one and go to the library and get out of the way. So I think it depends on like the time of the year.
Yeah, I would agree because it takes a lot of time. You know, for myself, going grocery shopping at a Sam's Club is off campus, so the process of getting a car, driving, going there, picking it up, and then coming back is a lot of time. If I have the free time, I'll do that whenever I need to. But at the same time, so like someone said, 7-Eleven is a pretty decent outlet as well.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a treat. Like if I'm gonna stop by Starbucks, or like Joanne was saying, midterms, like it's a hard time or you're stressed out, so like okay, I'm just gonna get Starbucks. It'll be quick, easy, and it's something special.
So along kind of that line, is there more of a special occasion that would cause you to go out for your favorite drink? Like what were you talking about, midterms? Like is the occasion pretty influential on how often or to what extent you would consume something like that?
I think one thing that's kind of nice is Starbucks, at least the way I've used it, is I've used it to meet up with people and kind of hang out. So especially somebody I haven't seen in a long time, it's like, oh, let's go to Starbucks and grab a drink. And it's just super easy. The atmosphere invites you to kind of sit there and lounge and just talk and do homework, whatever it is. But yeah.
I would say some places give you like an incentive to go. So like for example, like John was saying, up early in the morning getting Starbucks, that's she needs her coffee. But in my case, I like to make a pot at home. But I will get up to go to Starbucks if I have a test, let's say 8 a.m. but I just study at 5:30 in the morning. I'm not going to wake up, make a pot of coffee, and rely on myself being productive at my house. But rather, I will get showered, get ready for the day, and leave, and then go to Starbucks so I can actually get out of the house and study.
Actually, this morning I did that. I had a test at 9 a.m. and I got up straight at 6:40, went to the brew, got coffee, and started studying. So.
Cool. So kind of along what you were talking about the ambience of Starbucks, meeting up with people, hanging out. Does the occasion that you drink, is that also influenced by if you're going with people? Does that change like what you're going to get? If you're going to go to meet someone, is that kind of influential on how often you would go to like a Starbucks or to get your favorite drink? Yeah.
Yes.
So when you are going to your favorite restaurant, coffee shop, type of thing like that, do you typically go to the same place to get the same drink that you love, or will you switch it up, go to different locations, or is it typically the same environment for you?
When it comes to a coffee shop, I'll go to different places. It's different places. And they have a pretty distinct brand. If you go to a Starbucks, you go to a Colectivo, you go to a Dunkin' Donuts. When on the end of coffee, you could go in different places in Milwaukee and get a different experience completely, whether it be on the lake or on campus or in the suburbs. But when it comes to other drinks, like I said, with Gatorade or Powerade, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm going to go to where I know I get the best value from it.
Value's important for that.
Value is important.
Even with coffee, I I don't like Dunkin' Donuts coffee, for example. And so I just don't like it. So I will go to Starbucks, right? And Colectivo, I like sitting down and it's like a nice way to the lake, but don't love the coffee. So I would still go to Starbucks, for example.
Like I don't have a car on campus, so I usually just go to Starbucks. Like that definitely changes. Like, if I had a car, it's fun to go to Colectivo. I like their like interiors and the vibe is definitely different than Starbucks, but Starbucks is closer, easier. I can walk there in like 2 minutes. So
Agree, convenience.
Yeah,
Convenience
for
is
sure.
very important.
Like location wise.
I would also say price point is important too. Coming from, you know, if you have the meal plan, you can easily just take a swipe and go to grab a meal at the brew. But if you want to, treat yourself, you'll go to a Starbucks. Or if you, let's just say you're at home and your parents giving you their credit card, then you might be more obliged to get a large instead of a medium or small. I think price is a big deal as
Or
well.
if they take you out too. So.
Yeah, if they take you out, it's like you get what you want.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel a little more inclined to get what you want.
So, does the people that accompany you to get your drink, so it does affect like the different types of drinks would you get something different with the different people? Does that influence a lot?
My parents, yeah, for sure.
I think like size, like for example, if I go with coworkers, I'm not gonna get I usually don't try to get like a huge venti because I really need the caffeine. But if I'm with my friends and I'm really into study, I'm just gonna get a venti because I want all the coffee.
I think also, at least in my case, if I'm meeting somebody at a Starbucks, it's a good location to meet somebody. But let's say you're meeting somebody for the first or second time only at a Starbucks. I'm not gonna go off and get some, long-winded drink because that just might make them think I'm high maintenance per se. I'd rather just let me get a cup of coffee. Even if I like it or I don't like it, it's gonna be simple. It's gonna be the norm, and I think it wouldn't make someone take a double take at me or something like that.
Agreed.
Cool. So, when you go to the same location to get your drinks, do you typically order the same drink every time you're there, or do you like to switch it up?
Switch it up.
Switch it up.
Switch it up.
I always get like the same.
Yeah,
I get the same.
Why do you guys like to do whichever one you?
I think the same kind of keeps the routine going where you know that the product's going to taste good regardless of each time you go.
Yeah, I like your routine.
I say when it comes to coffee though, I know my body gets subjected to getting the same drink in me, and then all of a sudden the caffeine will stop working. So go alternate between coffee, espresso, or something else every once in a while. But I'll get into that same routine like everyone was saying. 2 weeks get a large coffee, then the next 2 weeks get 2 shots of espresso, but have the same rotation, I guess.
I have the signature drink that I could always get and not mine, but then when they have those different the Christmas ones, I'll try them just to try them.
So are specials pretty influential for you guys? Are you more willing to try something if it's only for a limited time?
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
But I'd say in order for those to be effective, you have to have a loyalty to them already. So if I'm rotating between coffee places just because I like the experience and not just the drink itself, I'm going to be less inclined to buy Colectivo Special because I don't go there for their coffee. I'm going there because I can go by the lake and study.
Interesting. So since we're talking so much about coffee, what's your preferred method to get the coffee that you drink? Do you like to make it? Do you like to go get it for coffee specifically?
I think if I'm in a rush, just like to buy it. If I have the time, I'll make it.
On the weekends when you don't have a strict schedule, I'll make it and do something else in my apartment while it brews, and then I'll drink it chill in my apartment. But during the week, it's go. So I just buy it.
It kills the bank account.
Yeah.
Yes.
Price, going back to the importance of price. So for those of you that do like to make your own coffee, what types of machines and products do you use for that?
French press.
French press?
Keurig.
Keurig.
I just have one of those old fashioned.
Yeah.
Mine's pink from freshman year.
So proud.
Yes.
I like the old school, get multiple cups out of one yield just because I don't want to just take one and go. I'd like to, if I'm making it at home, I want to enjoy it and have one cup and have another cup, then maybe have one to go or something.
Pour a big mug and just sip on it in the morning, and it works out pretty well.
Hitting on that, like you guys were just talking about, you like that multiple thing. For the people who do the single use and the type of way that you prefer, why do you like that specific style of coffee?
Like Keurig. Specifically, just because you have that one cup and then the next cup you can change it up. So if you pour that one big pot, you have to have that same coffee like that at all times.
So the variety that you can get with that.
Convenience.
Convenience, which one do you prefer?
For the K cups.
Do you like that?
It's easy to just have one and not have a huge mess to clean up.
I will also say though, I think the brand has something to do with it. Because I know from my perspective, going from living in the dorms and living on my own from sophomore and junior year, I bought a Keurig because everyone had a Keurig and said, oh, it's great if you want to make coffee. It's easy. You get up in the morning, 1 cup, and you're good to go. Tried it out, and it wasn't for me. But I was told that would be great. I still have it. It's accumulated a lot of dust, and I just use a normal pot now.
So do you think like the routine that you've developed in your younger habits for like the way that you enjoy the coffee, the machines you use and stuff, do you think that you are less likely to be influenced by other people if you're stuck in your routine, or do you think that like new innovative products would make you want to switch or try?
I mean, for me, with the whole Keurig thing, like, I wanted it, but then initially I was like, well, I can't have my Puerto Rican coffee with it. So that's something that I'm really, like, I like Puerto Rican coffee over American coffee. So I was like, I don't want to get the K-Cups because it's just going to be K-Cups. So
Right.
that's why I didn't get it personally. I was attached to that previous flavor.
It also costs a lot more than like buying your own coffee and like.
And it's not environmental friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like piling
There's
up
so
and
much
like in the
plastic.
ocean. Something.
You can get reusable ones. You can use your own
But some of
coffee.
the like
that.
Keurigs reject the like fake
Yeah,
like,
they
ones
do.
that you can yeah.
So the functionality of a Keurig isn't always the most ideal, would you say? Would you buy something similar to a Keurig for a different type of drink? Is that something, or would you want like that? Would that functionality get in the way, like for you personally?
I mean, if it could do like the refill, like if you put your own coffee and stuff in it, like I don't mind that because I usually don't drink like a ton of coffee or whatever I'm making at once. So yeah, if I can do like whatever my own coffee, or I mean, I think there's like tea and hot chocolate ones and stuff too. Like yeah, I like that.
Cool. Okay, so now we're gonna shift a little bit away from coffee, move on to a different kind of drink. So how often do you guys drink smoothies?
Once or twice a week. In the summer, a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Agreed.
A lot more in the summer.
When naked juices are on sale.
Oh
Like
yeah,
smoothies.
absolutely. Yeah.
You think of smoothies? I don't drink smoothies.
Wait a
So,
minute.
so where you go to get your favorite drinks, would you go there to get a smoothie, or do you typically, if you were to go buy a smoothie, would that grocery store, coffee shop, like what kind of place would you go to look for that?
I have a matching bullet. I use that to make it myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
they
make
my
your
own.
own.
Make my own.
Making your own.
A lot,
Yeah.
a lot cheaper, and it probably tastes a little better.
So you guys prefer making your own smoothies rather than like buying a pre-made one?
You can
Yeah.
customize it.
So true, yeah.
Although I like that juice place in the
Jamba
in
juice.
the
Yes.
in the public market.
Oh,
Mhm.
yes.
That's really good.
Oh, that's
yeah.
good.
Oh, I didn't know
I haven't been to that one.
But that's weird. It's like the salad place.
So-
they do juices.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
haven't. I don't know.
So for the time that, so we'll get back to making your own smoothies, but if you were to buy your own smoothie, would you prefer a prepackaged one, like in a naked bottle juice, or would you prefer one that's made in front of you, like at a smoothie place like that?
I'd rather it made in front of me because I've used smoothie as a fresh alternative to something else, and if it's just prepackaged, I can't completely trust it. Sure, a label can tell me fresh, whatever, but I like to see it myself.
I think it's. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
You go. You have to talk.
Yeah, the same thing on that too, like just the fact that like they're using fresh fruits and they're like blending it right in front of you, just the freshness is like, okay, yeah, you said mine, that's like, okay, it's made in front of me, there's nothing else. Like mystery things in there, yeah.
Like it's,
Personally, I get whatever's cheapest.
So
I mean-
price, going back to price again.
that's,
Or if there's like a smoothie on special, going back to that theme too.
I would say smoothies has no affiliation with me with price because it is such a rarity. I'm not going out, as opposed to coffee. Yeah, coffee's a price things I go and get it frequently, but smoothies is more of like that treat, that incentive drink. I could care less about the price. I'm already knowing that I don't buy it frequently, so it's not going to be a habitual thing.
I think convenience as well. Like if I'm in the supermarket and there's like it's 10 for $5, I'm gonna get them, and then I'll just put them for however long they last. But like in the airport, Jamba Juice, I'll always stop at it if I can, like for breakfast if I have an early flight home or wherever.
So would that kind of go back to the question we talked about earlier with if the occasion would affect that? Would you see that a special occasion would affect your consumption of a smoothie more than it would with the coffee like we were talking?
Yes.
Like I don't need smoothies to function.
Smoothies to me are like just like the kind of healthy dessert almost, because it is like it's a lot of times it's like if you use ice, it's a cold, almost like a milkshake type of viscosity, and so you have it's the correct terminology. But it's like it's just a fruity alternative to like a chocolate or vanilla type of dessert. So I view it as a treat and not necessarily a need.
is there some that are like 1,000 calories? That's crazy.
So when you guys seem to all prefer to make your smoothies rather than buy them, so I know you talked about the magic bullet. What kinds of equipment would you guys typically use when you're making a smoothie?
Blender
Blender.
or magic bullet.
Bullet.
Vitamix sponges.
What's a
Those are
Vitamix?
expensive.
The
Yeah,
ninja.
those are sweet.
What is that?
It's like a, well, there's
That's
one
from
like a
Smoothies?
magic bullet. There's one that's a hand one, or it's like a blender.
Oh, interesting. So it has like different functions.
There's like different ones.
What's so special?
It's like a really high-end one.
What makes it special?
Yeah.
It's like a blender.
So it's just like
behind
a
it.
different.
It's supposed to
It
like
was on sale at
do
Costco.
everything.
Oh.
I know.
Really well.
$35.
I know my roommate has like a blender specific, not specific, like an adjustable size on it. So instead of having just like a blender that you pour into, it's like you like put into your own cup itself and just put that
Yeah.
on. It's like an adjustable magic bullet blender type of thing.
So when you guys are making your own smoothies, what kind of ingredients do you prefer? Would you prefer fresh fruit over frozen fruit? Do you
Fresh.
do yogurt over
Frozen.
ice? Like
Frozen.
what's your preferences?
I would prefer frozen fruit because I like the dessert mindset of having it a little thicker and having it like a milkshake, I guess. But I will also say one big value that I have when it comes to making my own: throw spinach in there. You're not going to taste that, but you're going to feel a lot better about it. I know some people, not myself specifically, but actually my roommate, drinks smoothies in the morning instead of coffee because it provides him with the same amount of energy as a caffeine would in coffee. But you can get your fruits, you can get your vegetables, and it's a little more refreshing to drink in the morning.
I think frozen if there's a time crunch, but if I have the time to get like leisure, like it's a treat, as he's saying, I would cut the fruit myself and then put it in and then add milk to it.
Cool. So what about yogurt, ice, juice? Like apart from the fruit aspect, what do you prefer for your favorite kinds of smoothies?
Yogurt.
Yogurt.
Yeah, yogurt.
Does it impact what it tastes like at all? Is like the yogurt aspect something you can taste in the smoothie, or is that just something you prefer to?
I like that the yogurt like thickens it, whereas like a juice makes it more watery.
Okay. Anyone else have any preferences about that?
See, I like it really watery.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just
Thank you.
liking everything that everyone
Anyways,
I use Greek yogurt. It's like
Greek yogurt.
nice and healthy and gets you protein, and I feel really like healthy when I drink it. So
almond milk.
Yeah.
It's good. Just tried it the
never
other
tried
day.
that. It's good.
It's good.
Okay.
It gives it like a little bit. It's like gives it a little bit of thickness, but not full on yogurt thickness, and a little extra taste.
Is there anything you guys dislike about the process of making your own smoothie?
Cleaning.
Time.
Cleaning.
The noise.
Gets everything.
Cleaning.
If you
No.
don't clean a fruit smoothie on time, it accumulates and gets really hard to clean.
Yeah, you have to like clean it like right after you
You soak it
drink
in water after a
Right
while.
after you make it, yeah. Else
Do-
it becomes impossible.
So do these like dislikes that you have compare to dislikes that you would have when you're making your own coffee? No.
I hate cleaning, so yeah.
So
No, I have something that I use to make tea that's very simple. It takes like a minute to clean, whereas if I'd make a smoothie, it would take me at least like 10 minutes to clean, soak it, and clean off the cutting board and the knife and put away the extras if whatever.
any other thoughts about comparing those two at all?
A Keurig is like really low maintenance as far as like cleaning stuff up, which is really convenient, but it doesn't offer like the kind of like versatility that like making a smoothie would.
So along with that, are there things in the smoothie process that you like more than making coffee? Like shoes?
It's always nice to like be able to make something like that you put together yourself, and it's like, wow, I made this. I feel really nice about it.
So when you make coffee, you don't have that feeling as much?
Well, no, because cleaning is worse. Coffee gets the smell.
Yeah, I do hate dumping out the coffee grounds.
Okay, cool.
I think also having that stigma of, okay, I just made a drink that has all of these fruits or vegetables, you feel so healthy about it.
Yeah.
You know, instead of coffee, I think a lot of people who drink it can say, okay, I know coffee isn't the best for me, but I need it to function. But, you know, like it's not like, oh, I need it because it's healthy or I do that. It's more, I need it to function so I can stay awake. Whereas a smoothie, it's like, oh, I'm trying to be healthy. I don't know, more of a body conscious, whatever you want to say.
Okay, great. This is great feedback. So we're just going to move into one more direction about this. So if a company was looking to develop a new way to bring smoothies to a college student, whether it be pre-made, make your own, like, what would that new thing kind of look to you like based off of what we talked about? Like, what are those aspects that you would want in a new method of smoothies?
I think you should be like Chipotle thing where you can like tell them
Oh, that'd be
what you
sweet.
want,
That'd be
like
awesome.
go along the line and like, cause then you would feel like you kind of made it, like you picked out the stuff, and it would be fresh because they'd make it in front of you.
So like a restaurant type of aspect, do you think would be
I
along
mean,
those?
there's definitely, I don't think people are gonna like sit and like have their smoothie or whatever, but it would definitely, you'd want to like be able to see everything that was going into your smoothie.
Okay, cool.
I think if you're on the meal plan, if you're a freshman or a sophomore, like getting it as a meal swipe.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or even like a froyo type of thing where like you like pick it yourself and like, put it like on and then they just like blend it up at the end.
That's a good idea.
It's like the for real at 7-Eleven where you just like
Yeah.
they're like it's like more like a pre-made kind of thing, but if they have the frozen fruit pre-made in a fridge, you just grab the fruit that you want and you put it in the machine yourself and then you walk away. You pay for it, obviously.
Walk out with it.
Take it.
So you guys mentioned that your favorite method to consume a smoothie is to make it your own, but this new method you're thinking is to have somebody make it for you. So if you were to come up with something that you could do on your own that's a new thing, what kind of features or aspects do you think a new like product that could do it would have?
100% natural ingredients.
So the product would come with the ingredients?
No, it'd be like all natural, like it's not like anything.
Okay, so you're thinking more like a mix, like a smoothie mix rather than like a blender or like something that could make the smoothie? You would rather have like,
I think it depends on like the time crunch, right?
okay, so what would you prefer? Would you
Smoothie mix probably.
the mix? Okay.
Didn't Dole come out with something recently where it was
The
like
shakers.
the shakers, right?
They're not that
So
good.
what's that like? What is that like?
It's like frozen fruit and yogurt, and then you add juice to it, and then you shake it, and it's not smoothie. It tastes weird. It's like your juice got spiked, but not with alcohol.
Spike the
It's just like not like when I think of a smoothie, I'm like it's not like oh wow this is really good. Like even for a naked juice, like I enjoy drinking a naked juice for example, but like that I just did not enjoy.
So any other like aspects or things you could find in something you could make your own that would be different than what you've seen before? Kind of going off the convenience we've talked about, the price, the customization, anything like that you guys could think of?
I think the one thing is we talked about is more of like the maintenance afterwards, like cleaning it, and I think the Magic Bullet does that because it's small enough where you can clean it like easily. So I
Okay.
think that's the only thing that I'm concerned about, but then I never make smoothies myself. So.
Another thing that I enjoy from Costco or Sam's is that they come like the pre-packaged like smoothie packets. So you just like put it in the blender and then it's like yogurt or acai or the fruit and then you just add either almond milk or yogurt or whatever to it and then you're making it yourself. It's just like an easy step without like not having to cut the fruit or the veggies to put it in. So it's just like a 2-step thing.
Okay, so if this new idea would come to you guys, where do you think it would be delivered? Would it be in a grocery store like that? Would it be a restaurant like that? What do you think would be the delivery style of this new product that would be best like marketed to college students?
Like grocery store, because it's a lot less expensive than a restaurant.
Grocery stores are like hard to get to like on campuses, so that's like kind of hard for college students. So like, I don't know, if it was like a coffee shop-ish thing where like it was on campus and like easy to get to and like it wouldn't even have to be like necessarily on a meal swipe, but I think a lot more people would use it as opposed to like getting on the bus or like taking it to like a place where there's like a lot of stuff like Miller Parkway or something.
The dining hall or like AMU area would be prime for
I
it.
like putting it underneath where Abby is.
Yeah,
Like in
like
those
next to
spots.
Peter Brothers place.
So then, what do you think the best marketing and advertising strategy would be for this new smoothie product to reach you college students? Like, what would be the most receptive ways, do you think, for you guys to appreciate it and understand it?
They have a lot of good specials.
Specials
To
like,
attract students, somehow have some sort of incentive of okay, you know, if you spend this much, you get this much back. Something where students would feel compelled to say, okay, let's do this. I don't know, because it's cost effective.
I think if they tabled in the AMU and gave out samples.
Yeah, free
Marquette
samples.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's clutch because you can use your parents' money for it. It is so true though.
I think building the brand is gonna be key. So like maybe reaching out to like brand ambassadors and having like, I don't know, giving free samples to them, and they can like reach out to their partners and slowly build the brand.
So do you think if this is a completely new idea and that nobody on campus has heard of, do you think it would be easy for them to find students to be brand ambassadors? Would that be something you guys would be interested in?
I think there needs to be an incentive to it, obviously, either being paid with like a monetary compensation or free smoothies or I don't know, something that will encourage them to actually expand your brand.
I think like if it's gonna be at Marquette's campus, I think this is like a brand that would work at campus because what we have at the Brew smoothies are not like they're not real fruit. I mean, I work at the Brew, so it's like you know. So
Sometimes, you know?
so I'm just saying like I think this brand because it's like if we do the fresh fruit, the convenience, the price, I think it would be successful on campus.
I think if the brand is active on social media too, that would be a big thing. Like everyone's always like on their phones and doing stuff like that, so that would be an easy way to reach out.
I like it when they have an app. I like how the Starbucks app has like specials on it. It has like the like rewards program because whenever I know like there's gonna be like 3 bonus stars, like I'm definitely gonna go. So I think that that's like really compels me to buy stuff.
Do you think that the app would be easily like understood by students? Do you think that a lot of students would pursue that like you would, or do you think that that's more individualistic? Do you think people who aren't like as tech savvy would go for that kind of stuff, or do you think our generation has developed that point?
I think like since like social media and stuff is so big that like you might not always have like your wallet or whatever, but you're always gonna have your phone. So that's like another method to pay and like another method to get like sales across and everything. So like it's a lot more convenient to have it all in one place.
I don't think that it would be a problem navigating the app. I think like they'd have to establish a solid basis before they created an app though.
Okay.
So I feel like if they created an app without like a basis that A, nobody would know who they are, and B, nobody would download the app.
Cool. Does anybody have any other thoughts about anything that could be new with this product though?
It would be cool if you could like make your own smoothie on the app and then like pay and then you could just go get
Like
it.
the Domino's app where you can like make your own pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza tracker.
Yeah.
Your fruit's being put in here now.
Yeah.
Or
That'd
like
be so cool.
if they had some type of deal where like they made you like make your like free smoothie if you download the app right now or something like
Yeah.
you know,
So
something.
That's good.
Or like go through the line,
It's like Uber and Lyft.
show me
they
that you
have
downloaded the app because Urban Outfitters did that to me once. Like 10% off if you download the app. So I was like okay. So then they wait while you do it and just show them it. Something like that.
Cool. Okay, well thank you guys so much for participating today. We appreciate all your time and honesty, and we ask for you to keep all the responses that you've heard today confidential. And we have smoothies for you guys, so thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.